So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Marina lives north of Toronto now with her husband and 2 children. But she was born in Iran and spent 2 years of her life behind bars there, jailed as a teenager because of her beliefs, tortured and sentenced to death, and has written a book about it. She says some of the things that happened here years ago are not distant memories in Iran.
The problem is that the prison I was in is not a museum. You know, here people are coming and going, but the place I was in still exists, and people are still being killed there.
I remember it was in the morning of the first day of Passover in 1944, when gendarmes kicked in our doors, Hungarian gendarmes, and they were yelling and screaming that you have 5 minutes to pack a bundle. And if you have any money or jewelry, hand it over, because where you're going to have no need of this.
Walking through Auschwitz is also a very emotional experience for Max Eisen. At just 15 years old, he was shipped here on a rail car from Czechoslovakia, along with his mother, father, his 2 younger brothers and baby sister, his grandparents, his aunt and uncle. He was the only one to make it out of Auschwitz alive.
I believe that, not tolerance, but I believe that respect for each other is more important than tolerance is sort of like I tolerate you, but I don't have much to do with you. And respect is very important, I believe. It's that you respect the person or who he is, no matter what his color or religion.
A few kilometers from the old camp is Auschwitz II, or Birkenau. Every year, hundreds of thousands of tourists from all over the world come here. Max hopes people that see Birkenau firsthand will walk away with a new understanding. Barbara Stoyoska isn't so sure. She's been a tour guide here for 25 years.
According to what do I see, what do I hear, like 90% of visitors, they are coming here just to be here, just to ticket and say, oh, I saw it, I was there, that's it.
This young man may be in the minority. He's a soldier in the Israeli army. He's with a group of soldiers, though, visiting Auschwitz. And when they learn Max is a Holocaust survivor, they gather closely to hear his story.
And we started asking him questions. It was, I think, the most exciting moment for me.
When it was over, an impromptu tribute.
Thank you very much. I remember it was in the morning of the first day of Passover in 1944, when gendarmes kicked in our doors, Hungarian gendarmes, and they were yelling and screaming that you have 5 minutes to pack a bundle. And if you have any money or jewelry, hand it over, because where you're going to have no need of this.
His entire family was forced out of their home in Czechoslovakia and onto a train. After 3 days, they arrived here, Auschwitz.
When our door opened, there was a man in a striped jacket and a striped cap, and he was yelling at us, "Raus schnell, out fast." And we were in the pitch dark. When the doors were open, there was a floodlit platform with SS guards and dogs, and there was a terrible smell in the air.
Max, his father and uncle were sent straight to hard labor. Max was just 15 years old. His mother, younger brothers Eugene and Alfred, baby sister Judith, an aunt and grandparents.
They were immediately selected out and taken into the gas chambers, which was only about 150 feet away from this platform. First time that I was in front of this building.
Max showed us where he was forced to live with his father and uncle.
How do you start life in a strange environment like this? You don't understand the language. So my father and uncle, they kept me in the middle. Wherever we had to go, he said, keep moving, and so on and so forth. Had they not been with me, I don't think I would have made it past the first week in this place.
And as the 81-year-old Toronto resident walks through Auschwitz now, the harsh memories become more vivid.
This is where 4 girls were hanged on January the 6th, 1945. And we had to watch this, and that was a terrible moment.
Then there was the morning he said goodbye to his father and uncle.
The last